Welcome to our cooking show.
Hi everyone, welcome to our first segment of cooking class. This week, Taylor and I are going to be preparing a red summer smoothie where you need just 4 ingredients. So we're going to be using watermelon, strawberries, raspberries, and ice. And then you can also use stevia or truvia to sweeten your smoothie. We're going to leave ours with just the natural sugars from the fruit. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go wash my hands.
While Brooke is washing her hands, we're going to read some fun nutritional facts. Number 1, peaches and nectarines are essentially the same fruit. They're nearly genetically identical except for one thing, a gene that's either dominant in peaches or recessive in nectarines. That is what determines whether the skin is fuzzy or smooth. Number 2, McDonald's fries were cooked in beef fat until 1990. But in an effort to make them seem healthier, they're now cooked in vegetable oil.
So my hands are washed. I have already cubed up our watermelon. So if you have a large watermelon or a watermelon half, take a few minutes to chop them up. About 1 inch by 1 inch size is good. And then we also have our raspberries and our strawberries in this bowl. I took the leaves and the stems off the strawberries, so if you haven't done that, make sure you do that now. You don't want leaves or stems in your smoothie. I'm gonna go rinse off our fruit so it's all ready to go.
Fruit salad trees do exist. These multi-graft trees were developed in Australia to grow 6 different types of fruit on one tree. I recently got a Myers lemon tree, which I'm growing at home. I bought it mature, about 3 to 4 years, and in about 1 year it will start to produce fruit. It's something that I can grow inside, and I grow it in my sunroom because it requires a lot of light. With that, the Myers lemon is sweet, and it's great to make an infused drink with.
So now that our fruit is cubed and destemmed and de-leaved and rinsed, we can go into our recipe. So our recipe calls for 400 grams of strawberries, or 2 cups, 150 grams of raspberries, or about 1 cup, 2 watermelon wedges, which I have cubed, and then 1 cup of ice cubes. So I'm gonna go over to our fridge and get some ice cubes to start the smoothie.
Another fun fact, German chocolate cake did not originate in Germany. It's just called that because of Sam German, the guy who invented a kind of baking chocolate. The first recipe for German chocolate cake was actually written by a Texas homemaker. This is a fun fact that may cause some debate. And Hawaiian pizza did not come from Hawaii. It was actually invented in Canada. How many of you are out there are Hawaiian pizza lovers?
Pineapple belongs on pizza. So I have our 1 cup of ice. Our blender actually has lines on it, which makes it super easy, but you can always use a measuring cup if you want to measure out the ice exactly.
Brooke, where can folks at home get that blender that you're utilizing?
So we purchased this at Walmart, and it only costs, I think, $18. So it is a really good bargain for a pretty good blender.
Great.
So next thing we're gonna do is mix up all of our fruit in the same bowl. I have pre-measured everything, so we can just add it together. But if you need to measure anything, take a couple minutes and do that now.
Now I'm just going to mix our fruit to make sure that it's evenly distributed. Brooke, if we're cooking at home for maybe a large party or a large group of guests, what's another sanitary protocol we can take?
So if I'm working in a group home with people who I don't live with, I may potentially put gloves on. We should also be wearing a mask right now due to COVID-19. However, Taylor and I reside together, so we share each other's germs. But gloves are often used in commercial kitchens and group homes and things like that to prevent the spread of disease.
What's next, Brooke?
So next, let me get this out of the way. And then we can add the fruit onto our ice. So feel free to just start adding the fruit into the blender.
This is fun.
And just so you guys are aware, when you look at your recipe, this amount of ingredients will make enough smoothies for 2.
Ooh.
So Taylor and I will both be able to enjoy a smoothie.
I'm excited.
And if you're making this for a group home or for your family of 4 or more, you can double the recipe or work with one of your supporters to figure out how much of each ingredient you would need to make enough for the people that you're serving.
And if you make a little mess like you see we are right here, cleaning up can be just as fun. Where are you heading now, Brooke?
So I'm going to take our smoothie over to the blender and blend it up for us to enjoy.
What can happen when you're cooking or you're blending something with ice and fruits is to use a little bit of an additive to help blend the smoothie. Sometimes you can just use a little bit of water, a little bit of juice, depending on what juice you're utilizing. You can make sure that it has a low sugar content. Sometimes that will help break up the ice and help blend the fruit better. Something I enjoy making at home is acai bowls. Sometimes it can be really challenging because it's a lot of frozen, fruits and vegetables that we're using to get to the certain texture. Just a little bit of liquid can definitely help that.
What I did as well is stirred up the smoothie a little bit to get some fruit at the bottom and move some of the ice up more to the top. But this may take a couple spins of the blender to get it to the consistency that you want, or the consistency that you need for your specific diet. Try a different setting on your blender. I was originally using the blend setting, but needed to switch it up to the liquefy to get all the ingredients moving around together. I'm just going to stir this one more time with my spoon and then put it back on the blender to make sure everything's broken up and there aren't any chunky pieces in here.
Another fun fact, Spam is a mashup of the words spice and ham. And not, as an urban legend would say, scientifically processed animal matter. How's it looking back there, Brooke?
I think we are fully mixed. So feel free to enjoy your smoothies out of some fancy glasses. I think that makes everything taste a little bit better. Would you like to do the pouring?
I would love to. Now these are big glasses. So is each of these a serving size, Brooke?
Yes.
So we can enjoy the whole cup here?
Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
let's see if there's any nutrition information. So there is. One of these smoothies, which this is a pretty big serving of liquid, has 186 calories, only 2 grams of fat, 45 carbohydrates, and 4 grams of protein. So for less than 200 calories, you can enjoy this smoothie for a pretty healthy snack.
This might replace my Ben & Jerry's serving later.
I doubt it.
Why, Brooke? These are delicious.
Super delicious. And they are a tad bit tart because we didn't add any sugar or sweetener into ours. They still taste delicious, but if you drink it and you feel that you need a little bit of sweetener in there, feel free to add a packet of Truvia or Stevia or your sugar of your choice.
Another great thing that you can use at home when wanting to sweeten fruits that you're making in a bowl or a smoothie is to use a little bit of honey.
Just keep in mind that if you're not using a sugar substitute and you are using honey or sugar, that it will add additional calories to your smoothie. So if you're watching your calories or your intake, it's important to calculate those calories into your overall amount for the day. So we hope everyone enjoyed the first installation of our cooking session. We will be back in 2 weeks to do another one. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again soon.
Bon appetit, Brooke.